Chapter 24, Presenting. Word bank, blatant, eye contact, communication, verbatim, peer, nonverbal, unique, predetermined response. Watch for these valuable words wherever you see the word bank icon. Brain teasers. 1. Why is speech important? 2. Why do we talk? 3. How can we improve? 4. What is the social function of speech? 5. What does one's speech reveal? 6. What is communication? 7. What are the many ways we communicate? Platform notes. Buzz. The sound comes at you as through depths of time. You move. Perhaps you cover your ears, but the buzzing continues, nearer. And now you identify the noise. You grumble. Then with a swift, definite gesture, you reach for the blatant intruder and switch off the alarm clock. Soon you hear Mother calling you. "I'm coming. Be down in a minute," you assure her. Your day has just begun and already you have used the one major tool that connects you to every person you encounter throughout each day. That tool is speech. Can you imagine your life without speech? The difficulty of constantly getting across your ideas with your mouth taped shut? Truth, you are used to some nonverbal communication. The raised eyebrow, the kick under the table, the toothpaste smile, the elbow in the ribs, the hand on the shoulder. But you would have to be a skilled mimist to achieve in silence continued subtle, detailed interaction with your associates. Even then, you would probably find such a quiet run a tremendous handicap and a frustrating barrier. For humans, speech is an integral part of life. Let us discuss this tool by focusing on its 3 P's. 1. Prevalence. 2. Purpose. And 3. Promise. Every day you talk, all day, at breakfast, en route to school, between classes, at work. If a friend were to follow you for one day and tabulate on a manual counter each word you spoke, you would probably both be amazed at the daily total at the prevalence of words. Everyone knows that we are living in a unique period of time with nuclear energy, space flights, and computers. Centuries from now, when historians look in perspective at our present day, they probably will decree that the most important influence on our way of living was the total communication network encircling the Earth. Our present era may indeed be called the age of communication. Pick up your phone, and it is possible to talk immediately to someone in every inhabitable part of the Earth. Turn on your television, and you can see instantaneously anything from a soccer match in Australia to an earthquake in Italy, watching it right now as it is happening right now, halfway across the globe. Thanks to the numerous communication satellites, walk into the nearest bookstore and you find a multitude of printed communications, mainly paperbacks, in greater quantity than humans have ever known. Scrutinize the software for your home computer and you encounter a wealth of sophisticated current information and networking. Even our rapid air travel brings previously unheard of communication opportunities as we breakfast in San Francisco, lunch in Honolulu, and dine in Tokyo. Very accurately, we live in an age of communication, with talk usually taking prime time. Why do we talk? What is our purpose? We talk to communicate, to fulfill a social need. The most important function of speech is its social function. Have you ever noticed that when you talk, there are almost always other people present? For without people, who need speech? The social function of speech is exhibited in at least 3 ways. 1, we learn to talk under social influence. When you were born and the doctor spatted you to induce that first breath of air, you didn't look around, smile, and say, "What a nice birthday party." No, you couldn't talk. All you could do was cry, loudly. Speech had to be learned. During your random babblings as a baby, certain sounds you accidentally made were similar to English words. You babbled "ba," and the adults around you repeated that sound with smiles. "Ball," they said, and placed a soft round object in your hands. "Ba," you mimicked. Through repetition, you began to see a relationship between that funny sound, "ba," and the soft round thing you wanted. All you had to do to get it was to say "ba." In this way, you and all other humans learned speech. But if you had no social influence, no speaking humans around you, you would not have learned to talk. 2. Society develops and maintains its institutions through speech. Whether that institution is business, education, religion, or the court system, speech is the lifeblood. For example, it would be difficult indeed to buy and sell without speech, or to teach and inspire only through a book or a computer. 3. We gain cooperation and control of others largely through speech. True, we can stick a gun in someone's ribs, point to his wallet, and obtain complete control without speech, but that method is not the socially acceptable way. Far better to use words that persuade him to freely offer us the money. Yes, the social purpose of speech is to gain our listeners' cooperation, or more definitely, we talk in order to obtain a predetermined response from our listener. We want our listener either 1, to understand certain information, a dance on Friday night, or how to get up on water skis, or 2, to feel a special way, laugh at our jokes, feel pride in the team, or 3, to believe in certain ideas. The high school should sponsor a car wash. Our school should have exchange assemblies. In other words, before we talk, we know what reaction we want from the group. If we succeed in getting that desired response, we have truly communicated. For the word communication with its prefix com, meaning together, implies an interaction between speaker and listener. In simple terms, communication is an interchange of ideas, a togetherness, a sharing process that allows the listener to understand and respond. On a more complex level, we notice an interdependence among the various elements of communication. As we speak, we and our listeners simultaneously adapt to the number of people around us, to the environment or place where we are, to the nonverbal cues we notice, and to the influences of our culture and society. Thus, we can extend the definition of communication to its being a transactional process, with all of the elements modifying the way a message is sent and received. Now on to the third P. In your speech study, promise. Why study speech, you ask? You already know how to talk, having used words for many years. So why study speech? The reason is simple. You have the capacity to learn how to speak better. Earlier, we showed that speech is a learned process, and anything learned can be changed, as you know, if you have ever broken a bad habit. Does your speech need to be changed? Just how do you sound to your peers, to your boss, to the date you are trying to impress? Every time you open your mouth and say one sentence, no matter what the words, you reveal much about yourself. Your speech tells the discerning ear as much about you as an x-ray tells your doctor about a broken bone. Say one sentence, and your speech, that x-ray, discloses the region where you're brought up, for every area has its own accents and uniqueness. Say one sentence, and you reveal your education by your ideas, vocabulary, grammar, and your sentence composition. If you are a D's, Dems, and Does person, it shows. Say one sentence and your personality is revealed. You show if you are timid or if you are confident, if you are a whiner, a bully, or if you are a pleasant, friendly soul. Say one sentence and it can even indicate your state of health. For healthy or well-rested individuals sound different from sick or tired people. Notice this difference the next time you visit a friend in the hospital. So, if you don't like everything your speech and voice disclose each time you open your mouth, you can do something about it. If you have a sincere desire to improve, this speech section can offer you a promise. You can learn to be at your best to achieve self-confidence when you are talking in front of a group of people. The practice and suggestions you will receive in this section will allow you to give talks more easily in other classes, such as history, or in meetings at 4-H, a Y group, or a community club. It will help you when being interviewed by potential employers or when representing your nominee at a campaign rally. In this section, you can also learn specific skills such as how to build your speech with careful organization, how to cement your ideas with verbal support or evidence, and how to make the talk have style so that the audience will respond favorably with understanding and cooperation. In addition, you will learn how to become a better listener, remembering what you hear and judging the words for their worth. All of your days will be speech filled. You cannot alter that fact, but you can alter the way you speak. Let this section help you by giving freely of yourself to its varied assignments. Enthusiastically do each project given you. Then, when you hear buzz, it will not be the sounding alarm, but the victorious buzzer signifying you as a winner with words.